Welcome to the shed with me, Hetty Austin.
Myself, Sanjay, Happy, Nathan Eagle.
The thing is,
the exact same thing as that.
The thing is, I did.
It's going to seem like a rock voice and you just did it.
The thing is, I did like a slightly more sing-songy intro for me, and I thought, oh, they're going to run with that. Both of them.
You
Always
played us
me
like a
first.
fiddle.
I know,
Played us like a fiddle.
Hetty, what are you obsessed with today?
This is quite a good. This fits the brief of the podcast of Quick Obsessions, because I've had this obsession before. Pop-up one.
Pop it up the bum.
Pops up quickly. It goes back down. It's
like a hemorrhoid.
yes, this obsession is like a hemorrhoid. I am obsessed with the England Lionesses.
Lovely lionesses.
Lovely Lionesses.
What are they? Yeah.
What are they? What?
What are they? What is this?
So the England,
It has passed me
England's
by.
women's football team,
Yes.
who are in the final. Day of recording was yesterday with Spain first.
Did they win?
No, but first English
Proper English. Then.
side to get
Yeah.
to the final since '66,
Yeah.
and obviously they are UEFA champions as well, European.
And they are women.
They are women.
What?
What?
All women.
All
women.
women.
Every single one of
All
them.
women.
Yeah, all of them. Even the goalie's a woman.
What?
Mary-
The coach. Surely
Mary-
the coach is a man.
Mary Earps.
Woman?
What?
The referee, woman.
This shouldn't be allowed. Cancel
It's
this
happening.
episode.
I know. It's political correctness gone mad.
Mary Earps, the goalkeeper.
I
I'm obsessed with her. Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
It's
When
it's harrowing.
Her response. Yeah, I haven't watched a game. I haven't watched a women's game ever. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to stop being a pig. And I'm going to watch this game for England.
Yeah.
And I watched it and I was like blown away by her.
She's amazing.
When she saved that
penalty.
and her reaction to it. It was like something out of Vikings. Do you know what I mean? She was so
that's exactly it. So I need to explain.
Sounds cool.
I don't really have any interest in football whatsoever.
Oh no, I don't watch
I don't
football
underst-
even when it's the proper men.
Don't
He's only joking.
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. I'm sorry.
So when they were in the last, I don't know what the words are, but the last tournament. Come on, we can power through this.
The
Yeah,
the
The
UEFA.
UEFA, the European,
The UEFA.
the UEFA.
The UEFA League.
Yeah, it's not UEFA for the women. It's UEFA. Also, part of this was another obsession.
What was it?
Was that I was really obsessed with the history of women's football at one point.
Oh my god,
you
it's
did
funny.
Talk about that one.
Yeah.
I
When
like
was
to
that?
quite nerdy about it. Like I watched documentaries. I've read a couple of books on it. I know a fair bit about it.
Because they were there yesterday. The women from I was watching this morning, and the women who were in 1972, like one of the first football teams,
they were
was
there.
actually there, wasn't
Yeah.
there, or something?
Well, they were
Yeah.
like,
But I'm talking about like a First World
Yeah.
War.
I'm a spooky ghost.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I'm talking about First World War
Football team.
football teams, because when women joined munition factories as part of boosting morale, because there were no men to play football, they started a football league.
When did it get banned?
Got banned in 1921. So
What,
basically,
women weren't allowed to play
Yeah.
Yeah.
football?
so basically, it was so popular. Basically, it was more popular than the men's game. When the men came back and the women's matches had more attendance.
Really?
Yeah.
because that's all there was for people to watch.
Yeah, because the men
war.
wasn't
Yeah.
playing.
And
So
also,
then you've got
there's
behind your players and your teams and stuff.
I see what you mean.
You know what? I was joking. I
Yeah.
was making some light jokes.
Yeah.
And it's not okay because they've been through such hardship. I got to
Yeah.
stop punching down.
so if
I got to punch up. Men's football, bring it down.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the way to do it. I think we got to lift both of them. I don't know.
So basically, it was really popular,
Talk
and
about
because it
football.
was so popular, and the FA
FA.
didn't like it, they banned them from playing on FA grounds in 1921. So that meant that basically they didn't get any
They
attendance,
just killed the whole league.
and they killed it. So they
Oh
could go to
my.
America and do stuff, but it wasn't. They lost all that momentum, and
Yeah.
had they not banned it, we would
be better.
We would be better. It would be
Well,
Sucks.
that is
Yeah.
actually interesting what you say, because the thing about the American team, they are like pretty much the best
Yeah.
team in the world, aren't they?
That's why
Yeah.
men suck. Didn't the Americans do really bad?
Yes,
in
they did
this.
this in the World Cup. It was quite
but
surprising.
Usually they are
Yeah.
the best team, and the reason probably being because I know that a lot of young girls do
go to
play
America.
and they play
Yeah.
soccer, but even from school, from early
Yeah.
ages, I think they have it in the curriculum for women, whereas
Yeah.
they don't for boys. It's all baseball
Yeah.
and the American.
Baseball.
Because
American football.
because one of my favourite films, and again this is weird, and it's a film I've seen, and it's always on at Christmas, and I always watch it.
I guess
Guess it?
The one with Tom Hanks.
the baseball one.
No.
I was thinking of Madonna's in it.
Yeah.
I know that
What's
film.
it called?
That's the female baseball team.
No,
It's
I've
a
not
bit the
seen-
same
not seen that
story.
one.
What's it called? Like
It's called baseball.
Baseball. or
Female
something.
baseball. It's something like that. But that's a similar story of what you're talking about. It's a female baseball team who started a female baseball team.
Oh no, no.
But yeah, what's the film?
Bend It Like Beckham.
Oh, really?
I
Keira Knightley's in that,
absolutely
isn't she?
love
Yeah.
that film.
Does she go to America in that?
Yeah.
I was gonna when you
Yeah.
said they all go to America, I was gonna go
Yeah.
like Bend It Like
So
Beckham.
Beckham, that's the story. It's they get scouted and they go to America, and America has consistently been investing in women's
Women's
sport
football.
because Lily Parr. So Lily, this is where I get really nerdy. So Lily Parr was like the hero of women's football during the war.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why?
So- because she was so good. She was so good. Like
Kick
she
the
was
ball the
just
best.
one of the best footballers of all time. So there was a newspaper report on her said that she is like the best footballer we've ever seen. And there was a professional goalie who didn't like it, and he was like, "Woman can't be the best footballer." So he challenged her to put a goal through.
Past him.
Yeah, past him. And she, as he went to attempt to save a ball, remember this is the old hard leather
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah.
The force of her foot was the pass was so strong that he actually broke his arm.
Nice. That's cool.
Hmm. Trying
Is
to-
there a movie? Is there a movie? I want
No.
to see a movie of
No,
this.
no.
How
because-
true is that, though?
I believe in it.
I really want to believe in
to
it.
Be true.
But it sounds like one of those.
Lily Parr is the
I know. I want it to be true
It's
as
true.
well. But you know when those stories.
I
kind
will
of,
it to be true.
no, she is seen.
Like a
she's
swan.
yeah. Lily, she is seen
Broke
as one
his
of the
arm like
best.
a
She's the
swan.
only female in the Football National Hall of Fame,
Nice.
and there's a statue of her. So she is. It was a massive thing for her to be included in that.
When was she included in it? It must have been like a reparation.
Not that long ago.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
They probably went back.
recent. I went,
Yeah.
oh,
Because
Um,
those shitty men from like
to the point when-
50s onwards.
Yeah,
like,
because they've got an exhibition of her in the Football Museum in
That's cool.
Manchester, and I was like, maybe I should just go to the Football Museum.
Have
I
you
was like- and she's also she was like openly lesbian.
oh,
It wasn't illegal for women to be
Oh,
gay; it's only for men.
interesting.
really?
Yeah,
I did not know that. When was that?
it's never been illegal
It's
for
never
women
been
to be
illegal
gay.
for women to be gay.
No, just not
Wow.
because I think it was like deemed that women just wouldn't do that,
we better change
and we
it.
definitely would.
Yeah, that's
Wouldn't-
ridiculous.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
they just thought it just wasn't possible.
You thought it was
Just
just a
wasn't
man
possible,
thing.
yeah.
Women to shack
Yeah.
up.
I suppose because
And
they
it not
thought.
be
Yeah.
Yeah,
platonic or safety in numbers. Interesting.
That is interesting. I had no idea about that.
yeah. So she was for her to be in an open lesbian relationship in the 1920s was
Brilliant, brave. Yeah.
Massive.
People just thought she was just joking.
Yeah.
and she was a
it's
prolific.
not possible.
They need a willy.
Yeah.
She was a prolific chain smoker. Like she'd smoke while she was playing, and like
Oh, that's cool.
her salary was like she got sponsored by
Tobacco
cigarette
company.
companies,
Yeah, nice.
and so like she got paid in fags basically. But yeah,
These make me good at football.
so
Yeah.
I think she was 16 when the FA banned football, so her football career was just
Wow.
cut short. So she
Oh
went and
my
trained to
God.
become a nurse, and she like went abroad to America to do stuff. But yeah, Lily Parr is a
Wow,
hero.
man. Lily
So-
Parr, you said
yeah.
her name is.
Lily
Cool.
Parr.
So I have a weird obsession with football. Like I like the history of it, but I wouldn't watch it. And then when the Euros were on, I just loved those women.
Yes.
Oh.
I just loved them, and I get swept up in it, and I start knowing their names. I start knowing like the tiniest bit about football, and I actually booked to go see a match. I
Oh,
now
wow.
I now support West Ham Women's. I say support them. I follow on Instagram. But that's like the base level I can do.
No, it's cool. Do you know what's really good about it as well is the fact that they are getting more coverage now
Yeah.
in terms of on like TV and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Everyone's talking
It's
about
like
it.
the biggest.
Do you know what I really liked, actually, even though they did lose, is how everyone was like, well done,
Yeah.
and stuff, without being patronising.
Yeah.
Like, but it was very nice to not, because that's in a way that's a little bit different from when the men lose.
Yeah.
Because when the men
Because you
lose,
just think you
yeah.
pampered pricks, you earn all that money and you can't do it. Whereas the women, like, you worked really hard. And what's interesting is when you watch post-match interviews, if you watch the blokes, sometimes they're a bit like, well, we just didn't have the luck today. Whereas with the women, they're like, well, we
They
just
own up
weren't
to
good
it.
enough.
Yeah, because
We didn't pass enough. There was no one there.
They even
They're
said
very-
that
yeah.
yesterday. Said we were outclassed.
Yeah.
Essentially, they said
They're
that.
just
I thought
they're
that was
very honest.
refreshing.
Maybe that's just a female thing, just to be more hard on yourself.
Maybe.
But
or just
and the, just
everything included, like
They-
how.
they just look so cool. I just like, to the point yesterday I was like, maybe I should just buy an England strip
Yeah, why not?
I do find
because
it
they're 150
interesting-
quid. But
Oh.
and this is I'll be over this in a
Yeah,
week.
knock off,
But
innit? I do find it interesting how the media has got behind
yeah,
the women's team, because I think so. There was the media getting behind them, the European League, the
Yeah.
media getting behind them. But the time before that, every interview, every talk show, they're always like, oh, is women's football as
Yeah.
good as men's? Is it as popular? Do people aren't going to watch? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, that's the
just
problem. And
always talking about that.
Yeah.
Are female comedians
Yeah.
as good as male comedians?
So
It's just a ridiculous conversation.
So my ex used to watch women's football and he always preferred it. And my brother-in-law really enjoys the women's football because he's like, it's just like what football was like 30 years
Should
ago
be, yeah.
before, you know, because now it's all like
Spectacle.
a spectacle and the men are just like, you know, diving all the time. All of that's removed and they just play the game. And actually it's a skilled game watching it. And he's like, it's really enjoyable. And my favourite bit is when I watch men's football, I just like when they got their stupid haircuts, I just think, oh God, you're just a bunch of pricks. Like, I hate you. But the women just look so normal. They just look like they've got their hair up. And what I love it is when they swear. That's my favourite. When Jill Scott called that woman a fucking prick in slow motion was amazing at the Euros.
I can really understand the enjoying the game, like they play it properly, because I dislike football and I've only ever been exposed to men's football, and it's all a spectacle and people taking a dive and people want to become a footballer for the football life. They want the car and the money and everything.
Yeah.
And there doesn't seem to be a real love for this game.
Yeah, but I think that happens because there is so much money floating around. It's a
Yeah.
business.
It's
and
always the people
the thing
around
is,
it
I
pushing
think
it.
that's just what happens. I don't think that's regarding whether it's a male or a female team. So if female football had that much money, it would become the same
Over
thing.
time,
Yeah.
yeah. But
That's
you can
just what
enjoy this
happens.
moment now,
It's
can't you? When it's
Yeah.
I agree.
And I think this is probably
But
we're
this
at
is
the
a nice
peak.
moment.
This
yeah.
is nice.
But
Yeah.
you're right. Once
Yeah.
those brands and that get involved, it ruins everything. That is capitalism,
I think
isn't it?
we'll get more longevity out of this height of women's football in the UK anyway, because they didn't win.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, they've got to try again.
You've got to
Let's
try
keep at
again.
it.
Yeah.
Whereas if they won, we celebrate
But,
and everything, and then
Oh
burn
my
out a
God,
bit.
the moment when they won the Euros, it was amazing. And they did that press conference and Serena, the boss, was like chatting and they all come out singing Three Lions and they were all like jumping around.
Yeah.
I think, oh, it was beautiful. I was just so happy for them.
Is Serena the manager?
She's the manager.
Okay, cool.
And she's so cool.
Yeah, she is cool. I saw her speaking on
She's
something.
so
like that.
cool.
She's a strong woman.
Yeah.
I was watching her. Was doing a press conference, and someone asked a really stupid question.
Yeah.
And she was just like, "What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?" Like, it was such a dumb
It's a
question.
down to earthness, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's everything I hear, because I'm just not into football. So why would I be into?
Yeah, I
women's
think I
football?
like everything about women's football, but possibly not the game. So maybe.
Well, I'm really interested in everything you're telling me around it, because I've paid no attention to it, because I've just thought football, not bothered. But like everything you're telling me about the history of it and like what they're like as individuals, I mean that's
Yeah.
why it's captured the
So
most of the nation,
when
isn't it?
so when
Apart from me,
so
I think I'll look into it now.
so when
I'm
the
like, oh, this
when
sounds
they won
awesome.
the Euros, they were like, "This is going to put women's football on the page."
Yeah.
And then it would, you know, the Women's Super League has been going since 2018. That is that's like their main league.
It's like their premiership, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just felt compelled that even though I didn't understand football, I felt like I should support it because
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
because I love all the history of it, and I feel I hate the fact that all that momentum was taken away from us.
We could get the ball
Yeah,
in the goal. That's what I've learned.
but so that's why I bought a ticket to go. I couldn't go in the end, but I bought a ticket, and I followed the Women's Super League.
But you can only use your foot
Yeah,
and sometimes your head.
there was an awkward handball moment yesterday. Did
Yeah,
you think she
well,
got that?
What happened?
It's just her hand was there. I don't think she did it on purpose.
It's because, but it doesn't matter, even if
No,
it's a
yeah.
slight obstruction, because she did move her hand. It doesn't mean if she did it deliberately.
She was sort of trying to move her hand, but there was nowhere else for
It
her
was
hand to
unfair.
go.
It was
She
unfair.
shouldn't. Yeah,
It
it
was
wasn't a
unfair.
penalty.
But,
But-
she saved,
What
it was so
happened to
good
her?
that
Did
she
they kill
saved
her?
it.
Yeah,
No, she gave a penalty.
they got a
on it.
penalty, and they were one. Spain were 1-0 up by this point, so they got awarded. They got awarded a penalty, but then Mary Earps saved
saved
it.
it.
She saved it.
So when she saved it, I genuinely thought, oh, fucking
Yeah.
hell. Wouldn't
We're
it be
good,
amazing
yeah.
now if they actually came back and won this?
Yeah.
But unfortunately.
And I was really heartbroken yesterday that they didn't win it.
Yeah, but sad.
And I've never been invested. I've never been invested. I don't really care. I quite liked football in the 90s. When FIFA 98 when it came out on
Yeah.
the PlayStation. I remember playing that with my dad. And obviously
that's
there was
nice.
there was the interaction with Spice Girls and David
Yes.
Beckham. I had an England shirt.
I played a little bit of FIFA with my brother on where he got a PS2.
I'm not a massive football fan, and I do like hate the culture and stuff like that, and sort of the lads around it. Do you know what I mean? Male football, but the one thing, whenever England play, be it boys or girls, I'm always like, it does do something
Swept up.
to me. I do feel
Yeah.
almost patriotic.
Yeah.
About it. It's odd. It's the only time it
But
ever
then
happens.
that's not for everyone.
No.
And that creates as we get swept up, other people get the shit side of that.
Yeah.
The reason I don't like football is my personal experience with it, and like the world is different now. But I can't even remember what it was. I think it was the last World Cup.
I remember you told me about this.
England
yeah.
played in, and I was walking to my friend's house while the game was on, and it had just finished, and I think we just won whatever it was, like semi-final or whatever
Yeah.
at the time. So I was walking past this pub garden, and England had just won, and like everyone was cheering in the pub, like yeah, yeah, and I was walking by, and they started cheering at me, like to join in, and I can't remember what I think I did. I think I just like put my thumb up, or like
Yeah.
I didn't start cheering, and they instantly turned
Yeah.
shouting abuse at me because I wasn't jumping
Yeah.
and screaming, and like just racial abuse and stuff. And I just thought, how can the most joyful moment
Turn that quickly.
of your sport turn to hate in just a flip?
Yeah,
And I
it's
wasn't
bizarre.
even like, that's it. They were like literally like, oh, if you're not going to be happy about it, go back home.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous. And that's what I associate with.
I know, I completely understand
No,
that.
I get it.
I get
So-
that because yeah, you do see it, especially
Yeah.
in that atmosphere at pubs
'Cause
and stuff like
Well,
that.
yeah, when if you get on a train, you're on with football
They are
fans.
cut their
Just think,
dicks.
oh
Yeah,
it's
god,
awful.
this is awful.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's
but
the
I
dre-
don't-
It's just the dregs.
That song,
Feel-
Vin. What's the one?
Vindaloo.
Vindaloo.
Me and my mum and my dad and my gran a bucket of Vindaloo.
Yeah, it's
Me
too-
and my mum and my
yeah.
dad and my gran went off to Waterloo. Vindaloo.
Yeah.
That one, shit.
Whereas Frank Skinner, Going Home is a really good song.
Going home.
No, sorry.
3
coming
lines.
home.
It's on the
Coming
show.
home.
Coming home, yeah, it's coming home.
I love
He's
that.
going home.
Do you know,
Get
honestly,
out our country. He's brown. That's what they started singing at me.
that song makes me so.
Ah.
That song makes me so happy because it makes me so nostalgic, right, Mark?
Because I hate
Wait,
brown
wait,
people.
right.
And I want them all out.
Going home. Oh, I don't even, sorry about that.
It's coming home. 3 lines
coming
makes me
home.
so nostalgic because I just
time, wasn't
just
it?
remember the 90s.
Yes,
there was
great.
something, and it was
I think I was
feel
caught
like
up
that
in
was.
Yeah.
I feel that was the year everyone was
It's nice.
caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like
everyone joined
The
in.
height of Spice Girls,
Yeah.
like,
Where did we get to
life
that
was
year?
good.
Can you remember? Where did we get to?
First round was not
Yeah.
counted.
It's,
But that's when I had my England shirt, and I just when the women were in the Euros, I turned on the radio in the morning one day because obviously I live at home with my parents and it's miserable. But I turned on the radio and Three Lions was playing, and I was suddenly like, oh, I'm in bed. I'm listening to my dad get ready for work, and I was instantly transported to being back as a kid again.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I was so happy.
Yeah, whenever I hear that song, there's
so
a
happy.
big wave of nostalgia from that song.
I think I got another sad story about the 90s.
This is how this podcast's going to work. We'll be like, yeah. So another reason why I hate football.
Yeah, I think so. Because I wanted to get...
I understand.
I wanted to get caught up with that song and everything, but I still got that hate aimed at me at that time. So I associate that song with hooliganism.
Yeah.
Why? What?
I wanted to get behind football at that time.
You felt like you wasn't allowed.
And I felt like I was excluded,
Why do you think, why is that a football? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
why is a football
it's like
thing?
tribalism turned
Yeah.
up
Do you
to
think
the
that's what
max.
it is?
My colours and your colours.
Yeah.
Someone on Instagram this week described
Bullshit.
bottomless brunch as female football hooliganism. And that is why I can't get on board with bottomless. I hate that. I hate the rowdiness of it. I hate it.
That's really funny.
So it's right though, isn't it?
It's just like unlimited cocktails,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Ah.
You go somewhere, you pay like 30 quid,
But,
and
like,
just
in
like
the
people,
morning.
but people
Oh.
drink like 3 bottles of prosecco each because they
God.
can, and it's just they get
I want more shrimp!
yeah. But it's definitely like that is like.
I would go just
Do you
for
remember the
unlimited
90s?
shrimp.
Yeah.
Like ladette culture.
Yes, with like
It's
Zoe
like-
Ball
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Zoe
Yeah.
Ball.
That's where it started.
Heard her on the radio the other day.
I like Zoe
She
Ball.
apologised for ladette culture.
Did she?
I don't know. She should be apologised.
No,
Well,
why?
she did. She
Like
just
part of it.
apologised for being a...
But that's what I like when I see these women, and they're just like they're
Yeah.
not.
Because
How
lad
can I
culture
say
is
it?
bad.
Yes.
And I think ladette culture is also bad. It doesn't
It's the
matter.
same thing.
I
Yeah.
say this as someone who dresses very feminine. I like seeing these women just as they are, being really good at
Still
something.
trying to do their job the
Yeah,
best, and all the
just
stuff
doing
that
their
comes
job.
with it. I mean, that's that saying, isn't it? Like, fame is the perfume of success. So they
Yeah.
want to be good at football first.
Yeah,
They don't. All that other stuff comes later.
yeah,
Whereas I feel like modern footballers, they want to be a footballer
Yeah.
first. They
Yeah.
want the money.
And-
Money and
they
stuff.
want the
Yeah.
money and the
Fame.
women and the
And
power.
I like it that there is a good sporting role model for young girls that isn't an influencer.
Yes.
And
The
I yeah,
influencers. What were we
I just
Yeah, it's nice for them to actually see a group of women working in a team and like actually
Yeah.
trying hard and
working
being,
together,
other
lifting each other
Yeah.
up.
Instead
And
of
I
being,
think- I think-
coming round to,
I think
to,
if
to
I'd-
football.
I
as a
think if
whole.
I'd been a kid when this was happening now, I think I would have been in a football team. I would have had the kit. Like I'm still debating the kit. I might get a Mary Earp shirt.
Get knock
Yeah.
off one.
But
Print it yourself.
But thing is, I'll get it, but I won't look like the cool lionesses. I'll look like Kerry from This Country when she gets the
Yeah.
kit.
It'd be amazing if you just start acting like
Yeah, 100% what I'll look like.
shouting at your
Yeah.
mum.
I hope it doesn't stop though, because like you said with the Euros, like there was momentum there, and then it seemed to go away for a bit again. I hope they ride it and it keeps getting bigger.
Well, like today they were talking because they're arriving home today, and they were like, "Well, should we give them a victory
Yeah, I saw
parade?
that.
Should we do? I think we watched the same daytime telly.
I
Don't
watched
we?
Loose
Yeah.
Swimmers
Loose
on Loose
Women after,
Women.
yeah. And they were talking about it, and I don't remember them like if that was the
Men.
men's. I don't think we'd
Oh,
bother. We'd be like
crucified.
throwing.
Oh, it's no
but,
way. Yeah.
But this seems like, yeah, we didn't win, but we love you anyway. Thanks for taking us so close.
Yeah,
It
that's really
seems-
nice. I think that, but I do also think,
You didn't win though.
yeah, you didn't win. I just think if you're going to do that, it would take away, when they do eventually win, it would take away everything. Because they already had a parade when they lost.
I just
Do
think.
you know what I mean? Just for me, it's like, no, you didn't
Yeah.
really win.
I sort of feel like.
And I do also feel like
They should all be given the keys to their city for getting to the final, but they don't get a parade.
yes, no
Or-
parade.
I've sorted it.
Or-
Come to me if
Yeah,
you want to
yeah.
fit.
Or do a Jill Scott and go and I'm Celebrity and win it.
Yeah, just
I
like
love
that.
Jill
But
Scott.
they're all going to have massive deals now of like Nike and shit like that.
Yeah,
So they
and
will be fine.
good on
They
them.
probably don't
There's,
want a parade. They're knackered.
There's
Yeah.
a
Parade? Fucking hell, I just want to go home.
How horrible would that be as well if you had to like sit through
Cele-
everyone cheering you on
When
and
you've
you're like,
lost. Because they're devastated.
Well,
fucked it.
who was it?
Fucked
Oh,
it, what are you
I think
cheering?
it was Mary Earps who said, "Yeah, we did our best,
Don't
but
talk to me.
we we came here to get gold,
Yeah.
not silver. And I liked that honesty. I just liked it. It
Yeah.
was just so
And I think,
refreshing, I
Yeah.
think.
and I think for what you're saying about being a role model to women, for them being a
Yeah.
role model to young girls, it's like accept defeat with honour.
Yeah.
And I think a
Yeah.
parade would be, it's a wrong message.
Yeah,
for me,
maybe.
personally,
Yeah.
I think it's a
Yeah.
wrong message.
I
And
think
commit
they could do
separate.
more.
yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they may have lost a match, but I think they're winning the battle.
It's inspiring. They're your Rocky.
They're my Rocky. So maybe I'll just try and learn football a bit.
A little bit.
Try and I mean, it's boring. They were like, I was on my phone whilst,
Oh.
Yeah, you know the basics, though, don't you? Stuff like that.
you got to get the ball in the net.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
So
at
you need
half
to
time
know.
they
Use
spend
your
them.
foot.
Use your
Use
foot.
your foot. You
Use
can't
your
use
head.
your hand.
You can sometimes use your head.
You can, but it's dangerous.
What?
It's dangerous to use your head, isn't it? Because you're only allowed certain amount of head passes because it's
Are you?
No.
yeah,
Is
because there is like a
CT
link between
that
dementia.
it's what's it called? It's that it's what boxers and American footballers get. But is that the case in professional football?
Yeah, it's a
When did
real
that
thing.
happen?
Limited on how many head.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Headers. They
But
can-
you
recent,
sure?
because like Alan Shearer got tested for his
CTE.
yeah,
they just went too many headers, mate.
no, because it's a real
Too many
it's
headers
that,
in your career.
That is honestly
Yeah.
one of the risks of being a
Ah,
footballer.
wow.
Too many headers.
Yeah, so have they banned that?
They haven't banned it. You just have to be careful of how many you do.
So you can, but they can't like stop you from doing it. Because I remember at school
I
that was
don't
all what
know.
football was about. There's a lot of headers and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I'm the best at heading.
Yeah.
I always
that-
if
yeah.
I ever played, I always got put in goal because I was fat, and because one time I saved the ball with my butt, and they were
Yeah.
like, "That's lucky, that is."
think that-
Put him in goal, and then I rolled in some dog shit, and they were like, "That's really lucky."
I think that's maybe why I liked it when I was a kid playing with the boys because I wasn't in goal.
Best at heading.
I
was just-
Whereas,
Whereas Whereas when I went
in your endo.
Whereas when I went to secondary school, because I was fat and I went to an all-girls school,
Be
I
in
was
goal.
always in goal. And all we ever did was fucking netball.
I used to play football, and one time I was playing in a tournament. I think it must have been like under 12s or something like that. And we were all playing, and I kicked the ball really hard. It was like, fucking hell, I'm going to get this in. And behind the goal, there was a toddler walking with his mum. And it hit that toddler.
Oh, that's
Hit
funny.
that toddler square in the
But
face.
did you score?
No, I didn't. It went past the goal. So, and the thing is, I thought it was going, so I was cheering. As it hit the toddler, I was like, oh.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
True story, that is.
Love it.
And I never played again.
Never played
Yeah.
again in my life.
I was bloody good at football.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was player of the year one year.
I had I had a dream the other day that I joined a hockey team, and then for like a day I was like, maybe I should join a hockey team.
Oh my god, that's like
Maybe
what,
I
that's,
should.
well, that's what we're like, isn't it? That is exactly because that is exactly me.
Yeah.
I
I do it when
all the time.
When there's a game
think
in the
stuff
park
like that.
and the ball comes over to me, I
Yeah.
kick it back and I go, I should take up football.
Yeah, because then I was like,
No, I never do.
Never
'Cause
seen-
I fuck it every time.
Yeah,
I
you're
get
one of those.
such anxiety when the ball's coming. I like pick it up and jog
Yeah.
over. There you go.
yeah.
I think I'm always trying to find my sport. So like my dad,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
dad was a hockey captain, so I was like, maybe it's in the blood. I tried volleyball last year, and I was like, oh, my cousin used to play for England. It's in the blood.
Yeah.
Shit. I was absolutely shit. I couldn't do it. I've always wanted to find one sport that I'm good at.
Volleyball is hard though.
Hard. I think it'd be golf.
Some people get obsessed with golf though.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's.
It's an easy thing to get like stuck on.
Yeah.
I used to like bench ball when I was at
Yes.
school.
God.
I was good
yes,
at that
bench
because I was
ball.
tall.
What's
Oh.
bench ball?
It's a bit like
It's
dodgeball.
got two benches.
Yeah. It's a bit like dodgeball.
Like, yeah,
Right?
and you have like a goalie on each side, one, and your job is to throw the ball, and they've got to catch it. And as soon as they catch it, you go on the bench as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we might play.
It's a bit- it's
I may
similar-
have played
yeah.
that
Yeah.
a couple of times, but it wasn't like.
We used to play Danish long ball. I used to like that as well.
What's Danish long ball?
It's a bit like rounders.
It's Danish. But you're eating Danish.
Pastry.
And
Everybody
chuck 'em
gets
at
a
ya.
pastry. At half time,
Yeah.
everyone gets a pastry. It's cut into wedges.
So basically, you kick the ball, and you have to make it down the field to the other side, and you're out if they grab the ball and they throw it at you.
Don't think I've ever.
No, I
maybe
don't remember
played
that.
as well,
I
actually.
used to
Rings a
really
bell.
like what's the one with the small bat? Rounders. Is it Rounders?
Yeah, rounders. We had rounders here. We didn't have baseball.
Yeah, I used to really like Rounders, but I liked baseball as well.
I feel like I'd enjoy rounders now, but when it was like at school,
not that fun.
no, I used to always be a fielder and I'd go on the side of the field where I could chat.
Rounders was all right. I know.
My teacher chucked a cricket ball in my face once. I remember that as
They're
well.
heavy.
Yeah. He was a very good teacher.
I used to be. There was some stuff I was good at. I was good at cricket. I was good at bowling, and I was good at rugby. I was a prop, and our school had no football.
No football?
No, because like the head of PE or whatever was like, we will never play football.
Yeah,
Not until the day I die.
Why?
And then he died,
Uh-huh.
and now they play football at the
What
school.
was his reason though?
He just there's a bit of a culture
Was it the
amongst rugby that rugby was like a gentleman's sport,
Yes.
and football was like for
The riff-raff.
The riff-raff.
It's interesting that, isn't it? Where that shit all comes from.
And then they put that onto all the kids that went to that school, just saying that. And where's that come from? I mean, that meant I started with football in a negative in my head anyway.
Yeah.
And then I'd see all the bloody hooliganism, and I'd be like, yeah.
But this is kind of how I feel about PE, because I hated PE. I hated it. There was no reason for me to do it. But actually now I'm in my 30s, and obviously I'm a very active person. I bloody love exercise and I have to do it. If I'd had
Game.
the Lionesses back then,
you're so right.
would schools have been more invested in PE, and would I have enjoyed it more?
More females would have been doing it.
Yeah.
In fact, more girls would have been doing it.
I went to an all-girls school as well.
Yeah,
it would have been
definitely.
really empowering.
I think you're right.
But I mean, loads of comedians joke about PE teachers. They were fucked
They were
up.
awful.
They made
without
kids
doubt.
run around in their pants.
Yes,
and like,
without doubt.
And just would just tell you you're awful.
Yeah.
It's just like a drill sergeant.
But also,
like, why do you need that?
but even doing,
What do you do that to kids for?
even like sometimes it was freezing and you would be outside, and like proper freezing and outside.
None of my PE teachers
Torture.
ever taught me anything.
Yeah.
They never taught me how to bowl. I learned that from like my uncles taught me how to bowl. They didn't tell me how to play rugby. They were literally like, just watch it, and then you'll know.
Oh, do you mean bowl as in like
bowling?
bowls?
Bowling.
Not like bowling.
Bowling in cricket.
Oh, sorry. I wondered what you was on about. I thought you meant bowl as in like.
No,
like
I was really good at bowling. I used to play with the
Where
old.
did you go to school? The bowling
used to play
lane.
with the old age pensioners.
Yeah.
After school. But they never, and so we used to do like Olympic stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'd shot put.
Yeah.
But it was all just self-taught. They never taught me how to improve my technique or anything.
I wonder if that's changed now, because I think back then probably PE teachers weren't qualified to actually teach proper physical education.
No, they were just people that should have been in prison.
Yeah.
They were awful people.
But not even, I know that was a lot, but I think even just they were unqualified really to even teach the sport. So they probably didn't know what they was doing, half of them. Yeah. Whereas now they might, do you reckon they have better teachers?
I don't know. I feel aggrieved by
That's
it.
what I mean, yeah.
If you're not good at it, doesn't mean that you can't be doing any exercise. And obviously exercise is so important for me. And now I just think, well, how long should I have been doing exercise? How long was I put off by PE?
You're so right, man. You're so right. That is, especially now with like the things like obesity and stuff on the rise. Like, and you wonder why so many people are overweight. Yeah. And it is because we have this such a negative.
And I say that as an overweight person who's,
Oh, is it not loud enough, was it? It was better than the last one, I think. It's all right.
Don't do really loud, man.
No, sorry.
Not as loud as that one. I did on the
Oh, no.
That's gross. Oh, don't do that.
Oh, no. No.
I can't smell it. I can't smell it.
Oh God, I gotta tell you this. Okay. I must have told you this before. But I was in my son's bedroom. I think I was like a screw had come loose on his bed or something. So I was like fixing the screw. And he walked in the room, and like I just farted, and like he had no idea. He just walked. He walked in, and he just went. What's that smell? Smells delicious. Smells like roast dinner.
Have you ever Have you ever done that thing? I did it at work a few years ago. I would fart in a room thinking that I was the only person in that room. And then someone walks into that room and you know, and they know. And you just there,
Yeah.
And they go,
Sometimes,
that smells like roast dinner in here.
sometimes they.
Is that a new air freshener?
I think that was after I ate all that pork as well.
Sometimes they smell so delicious, though.
I think every so often it can resemble maybe
Gravy.
what you ate.
Yeah. So if you eat a big bowl of shit. I've never smelled any of your farts. I don't think your farts smell. We was making a really serious point then about
Yeah, he is,
physical education in this
He was
country.
engaged as well.
And then you just went and did a
with
fart in the microphone. It was fun. It's very funny. I'm
Yeah.
here for that.
I really hope that the lionesses inspire
No, I
people
do.
and just get like today. I didn't.
inspired.
I was tired. I'm really tired today. I did not want to go for my run, and then I thought, oh, let me pretend I'm a lioness, and this is for my training. Did it. 5K done.
Good.
We've got a women's football team that can make the final of the World Cup. There's no reason why I can't be successful in my endeavours.
You do
No,
it.
without doubt.
You do it.
Lost
Really?
10.5 stone.
Just don't head the ball.
That's
Just don't head the ball.
amazing.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the lionesses? Did you get wrapped up in all the hype? What's the question people always ask about women's football versus men's football?
What
Are you a sexist pig? Do you care about women's versus men's football?
Does anyone want to start a women's football team with me? I won't be any good, but
start somewhere.
got start somewhere. Or no, I don't want anyone to. If you're a woman and you know the rules of football, maybe you can explain them to me. I don't want a man doing it.
I was going to say.
What is offside?
How obsessed are you?
I think I'll be really obsessed with this week, and it might tail off. But I want I want every time I get this obsession for it to stay a little bit, and I build upon it.
Really makes you think.
Oh, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Like, share, all the things.
Yeah, and get us wherever you get your podcasts. Listen, stream on YouTube, follow us on Instagram. We haven't really got a Facebook thing. Facebook's dead.
If you want extra content, follow us on Instagram.
Each
we
and every one
post
of us.
extra
Nathan
little
Eagle
bits.
comedy.
Hetty
Hetty
Austin UK.
Don't give a shit, mate.
Sanjay. Arif comedy.
What is it? No.
Sanjay or
it's
Sanj Smash?
Sanj Smash.
Sanj Smash.
Instagram. See you later.